Hey Studio NPL fans, it's Ashley coming back at you with another nugget of wisdom from Leave No Trace. Now you may know over the past few weeks I have gone over two other principles, the first two. Number one is plan and prepare, and number two is travel and camp on durable surfaces. Now today we're going to talk about number three, which is disposing of waste properly. So there are two main kinds of waste. One is trash, just basically anything that's been discarded, and the second one is human waste, so think of bodily functions here. So why should we care? Now, when you see a lot of trash on the ground, or on a sidewalk or in a park, it can affect how you feel about a space. And that in turn can affect how you care and take care of the space, and how you take care of yourself as an individual. And that can make a lot of impact over time. Let's talk about human waste first. This part can get a little bit squicky, yet everybody has bodily functions, so there's really no shame in it. So say you're outdoors, you're having fun with your friends, and you need to go to the bathroom. What do? Well, if there is a facility available, definitely use it. Go to the bathroom there. If there's not a facility available, what do? Well, it depends first on what you need to do. If we're talking about number one, or urinating, this does not affect wildlife, vegetation, or soil very much. You can also dilute urine afterwards with a bottle of water to help minimize any negative effects. Now, if nature calls and you need to do number two, it's okay. Everybody poops. You can dig something called a cat hole with a little trowel like this. This is just a little tiny shovel that I keep in a backpack. You never know when you'll need to use it. So you'll want to dig your cat hole about 200 feet away from any water sources, and it's going to need to be 6 to 8 inches deep, which this trowel is about the depth of that. It's deeper than you think. And this, once you have done your business and you've covered it up again, this is a really discreet way to deal with bodily functions. Also, when it comes to toilet paper, you can keep a little baggie like this of toilet paper in your backpack all the time. You never know when you'll need it. It could be for all kinds of different things, not just bodily functions. Yet, if you do bring toilet paper and you use it outdoors, you need to A, either dig a cat hole and bury it so that it can decompose, or B, pack it out with you. Also, when it comes to feminine products, we'll want to pack those out as well, as they do not decompose and they can attract wildlife when left behind. Our other most visible form of waste is trash, and that is basically any item left behind unintentionally or intentionally by humans. Now, this is anything from styrofoam cups to bottles, cans, anything. You've seen it before, on the side of the road or in our waterways as well. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions about waste is biodegradable items. Most commonly are apple cores, banana peels, and orange peels. You may think that since these are biodegradable, that they're going to just disappear and break down. But when left on the surface, they're not going anywhere. They attract animals who do not need to be eating people food because that's not a part of their natural diet and it can make them sick. And even you can come back a year later and that orange peel may still be there. Another common move I like to call the "I'll come back for it later" is when someone walks their dog and the dog poops, they bag the poop and yet they leave it behind or hide it somewhere. This is no fun. If you are in charge of walking the dog or you're with someone who's walking a dog and this happens, finish the job and you dispose of that stuff and then pat yourself on the back. Now, there's a saying called pack it in, pack it out. And that is an easy way to remember when you are bringing something with you out into the world, make sure you bring it back and find a trash can later or another suitable place to dispose of it. Now, a really great way to prepare for a lot of these moments is to make a habit of keeping a small plastic bag or like a grocery store bag, something maybe reusable, in your backpack. I keep some of these with me at all times. I usually have grocery store bags because they're a little bit bigger. These come in really handy because you never know when you're going to make waste that you need to save for a trash can later. Or if a friend, say you're walking and they're finished with their snacks that they're eating and they don't know what to do with the wrapper, so they might think to throw it in the woods. And you can stop and say, "It's cool, I got this." And you can keep that trash for later and get rid of it. And for that, you will get a gold star. Pat yourself on the back. So as usual, all of these things take practice into making them habits, and that's okay. You might find yourself unprepared at times. It's going to happen. Try not to judge yourself. It's all right. And remember, when we can be ready to dispose of waste properly, it can make a huge difference. So again, thanks for listening and have a great day.